Hey guys, Geek Gaming here for another Pokemon dissecting video. So, in these videos, we try to find things that other people might not have noticed, such as shiny Grubbin that we've seen in the previous video. Now, I've watched this, there's not much to say, but let's go. So you can see the girl up here is wearing a comfy. You can probably see that, hopefully. Executor gains another egg and is cowering. This is kind of like the Delta Pokemon from Pokemon Insurgents. He gets Grass Dragon. Don't know where the dragon came from. Ice Fairy, pretty cool typing. It makes sense based on Ninetales' origin. That's the word. Ice Steel. Don't know where the steel comes from, but I'm not going to complain. Another person wearing a comfy right here. A lot of other things going on, but not too important. Or, Orikyorus. Now, this is like Mexican style, American style cheerleading. I don't know if that's just Americans, but Hawaiians and Japanese dancing. They each have their own different cries, which is cool. Revelation stance. I'm going to slow this down so you can see what's going to go on. That's the typings of the attack. And it seems to be their signature attack. Now, if we go back. Now, each of them are a bit brightened up, but it looks like Bounsweet might be brightened up a bit more. So, does that mean that Bounsweet's shiny? Who knows? Could be. But I'm not certain. And apparently they're really fast learners. Miner's ability is shields down. And Vulpix just used a bit of an Aurora Beam. And there's Miner's Core. Now you might get a different one of these on each island, as there's 4 of them, and yeah. Now this looks to be the HM Slave of the region. I'm not sure though. Nothing changes from its previous evolution. This is not a very tall Pokemon. For Mantis, ability Leaf Guard, and is a grass type. And that's a really tiny Pokemon. Now, one thing I don't get is why this is just a pure grass type and not a bug grass, as this seems to be based off of a praying mantis. Anyways, Solar Blade seems to be a physical version of Solar Beam. So, could they I think they might be able to be used in different situations. If the Pokemon is more susceptible, man, that's a tongue twister. If the Pokemon's more susceptible to physical attacks, then you might want to use Solar Blade. But if it's more susceptible to special attacks, then you might want to use Solar Beam. Hopefully this can learn both. Mudbray is a meh, especially on design. Although he did have a temper tantrum. Now, it seems like each of the rideable Pokemon have a special ability that they can do. Tauros can bash his head into rocks. Mudsdale can ride over rocks. Sharpedo can break rocks in the sea, and Charizard can fly, like the Eon Flute. Now, this seems to be replacing gyms in the Elite Four and the standard for Pokemon. So, changing things up. Now, we've seen this area before, but this seems to be the challenge grounds for Melee Island. Now, the one interesting thing about the challenges is they don't necessarily have to specialize in their type because they don't battle with it. Instead, what they do is give you a challenge based around their type, I guess. Mallow wants you to collect ingredients for her. Lana wants you to catch a water Pokemon and this little spring thing. Also, Mallow is on Melee Island in this area. Lana's probably in this area because of that text. Look at that vigorous splashing going on here. Now, we don't know what that guy's challenge is, but on the Pokemon website, it says from collecting items to brain challenges or whatever. So, it seems like that kid, which is going to be here most likely, as that's the only other place. We know where this guy will be. It's on this volcano island. That kid will most likely do the brain challenges. And Kiawe wants you to dance. And then the totem Pokemon. Now, he's enveloped in this yellow aura. So, does that mean that Tapu Koko is possessing him? Might be. So, he's sending he summoned a Yungoos to fight with him, making it a bit unfair, but gives him more challenge. And this is like the gym leader of the island. After you've completed the puzzle and challenged the totem Pokemon, you get challenged by Hala, at least on Melee Island, which is the champion of the island. So, yeah, he will grant you access to the next island. Sorry, I had a bit of a recording thing. And these Z moves are what we previously called synergy moves. Gigavolt Havoc. And this is kind of like Mega Evolution, where it can only be used once per turn. And there's a different dance and a different move, Z move, for every type. Get tracked, Rowlet. Wow. Anyways, that's it. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.